Hello ENC students, it's an honor to be your professor this semester for the summer term of 2016. The purpose of this video is to introduce you to the course syllabus, and as you can see I am on the Blackboard homepage for the class. There's already an announcement posted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the corner of the syllabus tab and we're going to pull up the syllabus, and I want to walk you through some things that I think you'll find helpful as you're reviewing the syllabus and gearing up for the syllabus quiz. So I'm going to click on the syllabus as a PDF file. At this point, if you would like, you can feel free yourself to click on the syllabus and pull it up, and we can kind of go through things together if you prefer. Okay. So here is the course syllabus, and I just want to go through it. And please note that I'm not going to go through all parts of the syllabus. I'm just going to go through the key parts, and hopefully you'll find the information helpful. And as always, if you have questions, feel free to shoot me an email. ENC 91, instead of just reading the straightforward course description, I know you can read that. The biggest thing to note is that this is the second of a two-semester sequence of developmental writing courses, and the purpose of the class is to get you ready for English 101. So that's what we're going to be working as in terms of our goal throughout the summer. Textbooks and materials. The biggest thing I want to let you know is if you come over to the corner of Blackboard in the blue box, you'll see a Start Here tab. That tab's important because it does provide you with some information regarding the access code. But what you're going to be purchasing is an access code. I've provided for you on the syllabus the ISBN. The Somerset Community College bookstore does have copies of the code. And what you do is you purchase the code and you register the My Writing Lab. And again, the tab is on the corner in the blue box. FYI, I'll be making a video soon, probably in the next 24 hours or so, to walk you through all the My Writing Lab information. But the textbook is an ebook, and it is included with the purchase of your code, so it's kind of an all-in-one package. And the only other textbook material you need is a copy of a book called The Work by Wes Moore. It's a nonfiction book that we'll be looking at this semester. It's possible that some of you may already have that book via a different class that you've taken, and if so, that's great. That's just one less thing you'll have to purchase. If not, you can purchase it online at Amazon or through the Somerset bookstore, whatever works best for you. You need to go ahead and begin getting registered for My Writing Lab. You need to use Blackboard to do that, and again, in the corner there is a tab for My Writing Lab, and you need to register in Blackboard, not Pearson. But again, videos are forthcoming that will walk you through that process. My name is Michael Bloomingberg, and I'll be posting a short introduction of myself very soon so that you can see me. But generally speaking, I will not be appearing other than my voice on most of the videos, but I do like to post at least one so you can see that I am a real person. We don't work together in person, but we'll be doing our work online. My office, although I'm not there a whole lot this summer, is at the 100C of the South Laurel campus. And please note that email is the best way to contact me. I only do appointments, I only meet with students in the summer by appointment. And I think for the most part we can work everything out via email or if necessary a phone call. Tammy Woodall is the Division Assistant for Transitional Education, and the Associate Dean is Kim Kleberg. I posted their information on there if you ever have the need to contact them. Moving forward on the syllabus, there is some information about having an active KCTCS email account. Make sure that you have one. Be careful if you get the alert, and everybody does at some point, that your password's about to expire. It does need to be changed every 90 days. You need to make sure you change it, or otherwise you will get locked out of email and Blackboard and so on. So make sure you check your email as often as possible. There are some course competencies. I'm not going to go through those. There is a central question, which is how can I prepare for English 101 college level writing, and we have fundamental and powerful concepts that attempt to answer that question. And that is that you're going to plan, draft, revise, edit, and proofread your essays. You're going to demonstrate an awareness of audience and purpose. You're going to demonstrate unity and coherence, demonstrate a command of grammar and mechanics. We're going to talk about the use of sources and how to document them. Not right away, but more towards the end of the summer we'll talk about that. Critical thinking, that's really key. And how to read. Reading is a part of the writing process, so reading critically, which may include annotation. We'll talk about that. This is all a part of Somerset Community College's Quality Enhancement Plan, sometimes referred to as the QEP for short, and that just shows how we incorporate critical thinking concepts into all of our classes, this one included. First week's work required. Please note that pretty much all the assignments are due no later than 11:59 p.m. Sunday, June 19th. That includes the syllabus quiz, your two discussion board assignments, as well as the basic grammar module for my writing lab. I do have to do what's called no-show reporting, so any student who hasn't completed the opening exercises by the due date will be reported as a no-show and will be removed from the class. So you do need to be careful and make sure that you're working diligently on getting your work completed in a timely manner. Weekly assignments, for the most part, what will happen is that we will be working on a week-by-week basis. Week 1, of course, is already open for you so that you can go in and begin working on that. Week 2 will be open Monday of the following week, and so that's generally how we'll work. New work will be uploaded Monday, and you'll have until Sunday to complete the assignments. So in that way, being an online class, you can in some ways work at your own pace, but you do need to get things done on a week-by-week basis. You do need to make sure you check in with Blackboard often because I post announcements and videos. I think you'll find that helpful as you go through your work on each given week. Online course information. Make sure you read that closely on the syllabus because being in an online class is a lot different than being in an in-seat classroom. Obviously, I'm not standing over your shoulder to say, hey, this assignment's due or that assignment's due, and oh, you didn't turn this in. So you have to be self-motivated and self-regulatory. Make sure you follow the course syllabus and weekly calendar. And by the way, your work is always posted in the weekly assignments tab, and we go week by week with weekly folders. Try to plan ahead. I've been doing this long enough now to know that the worst things that can happen to students sometimes do happen, which include computer crashes or problems with uploading work. I always recommend students turn things in before the deadline and not waiting to the last minute. That way, if something happens, you have enough time to contact me and let me know that you're having problems. Try to check your email in KCTCS email and Blackboard at least 3 or 4 days per week. And really, that's kind of a minimum. If you could do it every day, that's great, but I know that's not always practical. But I do, as I said before, send a lot of updates from time to time. I try not to overwhelm you with info, but if you could check it at least 3 or 4 days per week, I think you'll stay up to speed in the class. Scrolling down, the grading criteria. We use a weighted scale, so you need to know that not all things are graded equally in the class. Paragraphs and writings, since we are a writing class, are worth the most of your grade at 40%. The My Writing Lab is second at 20%. Blackboard postings, that includes your discussion board assignments. Those are worth 15%. You have 2 ready to go for this week. Class assignments are worth 10%, and participation is worth 15%. And I've included the grading scale so that you can see what constitutes an A, B, C, F. A little bit different in our class because it is a developmental, or what we call at Somerset, a transitional class. The grade of MP can be assigned, which means the student's made progress but deserves more time to achieve a passing grade. What the student would have to do is re-enroll in the class. So it's not a failing grade, but at the same time it's not a passing grade. Writing guidelines, make sure you look at that. Now there is a format video in the Start Here tab, and if you haven't noticed, that Start Here tab is pretty important because it gives you a lot of good information. But just make sure you always use 12-point Times New Roman font, double spacing with 1-inch margins, top, bottom, left, right. What I was going to say is in the Start Here tab there's a format video, so you can check that out too. It's already up there for you. But I am a stickler with the guidelines, so do make sure you follow that closely. Section 3 is the general education requirements. I'm going to let you look over those on your own for the sake of time, but they are important. I'm going to cover some of the general info as we're hitting the home stretch of the video. I am required to share with you the ADA statement, so please bear with me as I do that. As per Section 504 of the Vocational Rehabilitation Act of 1973 and the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, if accommodation is needed, contact the Office of Disability Services. That's Mary Petrie, and her contact info is listed. And you can get the appropriate accommodations through that info. Academic dishonesty. All students are expected to complete their own work and to not be academically dishonest. This includes, but it is not limited to, cheating on a test, plagiarism, which is taking someone else's words or ideas and passing them off as your own, or collusion. I have provided for you the web address for the Student Code of Conduct if you would like to look more at that. 3 and 4 don't really pertain as much to us because we're not an ENC class, but I was required to include those as well. Safety and security, if you do find yourself on campus this summer, there are some links that you can look at there. Starfish, you can look at that. That's a system we use for tracking academic progress. And again, if being an online class, it's maybe not as relevant, but the tobacco policy, if you ever find yourself on campus, just want to make sure you're aware of that. Okay. At this point, I hope you were able to gain some information and insight into the syllabus. It is appropriate, once you've reviewed this video and taken a look at the syllabus closely, to go into the weekly assignments and week 1 folder to go ahead and begin working on the syllabus quiz. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, but I greatly look forward to teaching our class this summer and working with each of you. And there will be more videos forthcoming. I plan to make a welcome video so that you can get to know me a little bit. And look forward to getting to know you as well from the discussion board. And my writing lab videos as well. I want to make some of those that will walk you through the process. I think that's it, guys. Take care and good luck with your first week of the semester.